Set to kickstart our third part of the show. Definitely, like I mentioned earlier, today we were dealing with two topics. We are done looking at what's malnutrition, and now we are looking at breastfeeding awareness. This came about by the fact that we are in a week that we mark the breastfeeding week in the country, globally so to speak, but in the country we do it breastfeeding for the whole month. What exactly will be happening on this awareness week? That is what we are seeking to find out. What are some of the things that you ought to understand when we are talking about breastfeeding? Is breastfeeding in the first place important? Secondly, what are some of the things you're supposed to know as far as the timing of breastfeeding is concerned, and how can breastfeeding and COVID-19, we know we have the pandemic right now, issues about whether if a mother is infected with COVID-19 upon which she breastfeeds the kid, can the kid also get COVID-19? Those are some of the questions that we are seeking to find answers together with my guest, that is Madam Faki. She'll have to explain herself, to introduce to her, but of course she is the sub-county coordinator on issues about health. She will also say her position, but of course, as usual, we'd like to engage you into the program. What do you have to say concerning the show? What do you understand by the term breastfeeding? If you're a mother out there, what are some of the challenges that you are undergoing during the time at which you breastfeed? Some of the concerns of women pertaining breastfeeding. That was what we expecting to hear from you. If you have any question, we'll relay it to my guest, Madam Faki, who is already in studio. Remember, that number is below your screen. Share your comments. You can also move to our social media platforms. You can also choose to call us live, and of course we can get to hear from you as well. Good morning, madam.
Good morning.
Good to see you.
Thank you.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Hiyo ya huko mwisho mwisho ndio ilinishinda. Sijui nifanye nini ndio nishikanishe.
Pole pole utashikanisha.
And I've been here for close to a number of years.
Pole pole utashikanisha.
Yeah. Lakini nategemea na la nini? Nimeambiwa hiyo ulimi kitambo iko ilivyo. Sijui ni tui niamke ni kila tui tu.
Hapana, ni wewe tu utatangamka na wale wenyeji.
Nishatangamana nao sana.
Bado tunasema wanati na kuona umetangamana na Finley.
Vizuri sana, lakini karibu sana.
Asante sana.
So, for the benefit of my viewer there, who exactly is Madam Faki?
Yeah, okay. Let me introduce myself.
With all pleasure.
Clear, yeah. Good morning, viewers. My name is Madam Afua Faki Mwidadi. I'm a county employee. I'm working as a sub-county nutrition coordinator at SMOH office, sub-county medical officer of health. At our office is based at Changamwe sub-county at Portrees Hospital. Yeah.
Definitely. And Finley was telling me you are the boss.
I'm actually not the boss. I'm the in charge of that.
Okay. Yeah. No problem with that. Otherwise, we are so grateful that you're here. And beginning with whatever is happening this week, globally, we are talking about breastfeeding, awareness, what have you. What exactly are we talking about with this thing that will be happening the whole week here?
Okay. So, globally, we usually have breastfeeding, World Breastfeeding Week. And this is a week that is commemorated or celebrated globally in almost 120 countries, and they started in 1992. And the purpose of this is actually to protect, promote, and support breastfeeding purposely for the child survival. Yeah. So the whole world commemorate this breastfeeding in from 1st of August every year. 1st of August to 7th of
August. Right.
Yeah, but in Mombasa we take it as a whole month. Yeah, a whole month we do many activity in order to create awareness concerning the breastfeeding.
Very true.
Yeah.
Right. Those who came about with this theme of this year's Breastfeeding Awareness Week, what exactly, did they draw out the whole theme? Do you feel like Did you spot any gap that you came about with this theme or what?
Okay, I think the theme is, I can say it is, actually, what can I say? Is it right on time or what is the best word to put it?
Right on time is quite good.
Yeah, especially during this period of COVID-19 pandemic. Yeah, because the theme for this year is protect breastfeeding, a shared responsibility.
Right.
Yeah, so we find that many families are coming together. We see like the period of the lockdowns, what can I say, the
curfews and what have you.
The curfews, also the quarantine period. You see, this is a period that families are coming together. Yeah, and also breastfeeding a shared responsibility is that we come together, not only a family, but we say, as we said, breastfeeding is a global, breastfeeding awareness week, it's a global event. So it is all the organization.
Right.
Yeah, organizations begin from home, yeah, beginning from workplaces, organization, let's say the bigger organization that we know, the UNICEF, okay, your workplace, like here the Boss TV, can see their ladies here. So any place that there are women, many women are a majority, we need to come in, yeah, even as the government urges to come in order to ensure that every mother who is breastfeeding, every young woman who is breastfeeding is given a chance to breastfeed comfortably.
Right.
Her rights are not violated. Yeah.
Very true.
So she's given time. She can come to work. She's given time to have a place to settle, to breastfeed. The baby can be brought here at work to breastfeed, or she can be given an environment for her to breastfeed.
True, right. And on the aspect of protection, we'll have a lengthy discussion on that. You touched a little bit concerning the different protection of the rights of the mothers who are breastfeeding. We'll begin to look at that later on. But coming back to the theme, there is a point there you've mentioned about shared responsibility. You know, I'm a man now. If you're telling me to share responsibility of breastfeeding, I don't understand you.
Yeah. Thank you very much that you mentioning that you are a man. The government itself got concerned because we were usually, as the working ladies, we were usually given a maternity leave. Yeah, a maternity leave, so that 90 days, depending on the organization, that you go and rest. You ensure that you breastfeed your baby.
Paid leave or?
Yes,
paid leave.
it's a paid leave. Yeah.
90 days.
90 days.
All right.
You ensure that you breastfeed your baby comfortably. Yeah. So we went on for so many years, yeah, and as we were fighting in protection and in promotion of breastfeeding, the government thought that it is not enough for a lady only to go and have a maternity leave. We were given a paternity leave of 2 weeks. I don't know if it is here at the Boss TV. Yeah, when your wife deliver, then you also get a 2-week paternity leave to go and support your wife to breastfeed.
Right.
Yeah, so it is, but it is vice versa with men, but I'm here in protection and promotion so that we always create awareness. Tunasema tunakumbushana, tunajua, lakini tunakumbushana. Maybe you have forgotten. That paternity leave, it is not for you to go and celebrate at the bar or at a corner with your main friends that I have gotten a baby boy, tunapata moja mbili hapo. Okay, you can do so. It is good to celebrate, but the purpose is to go and support your lady. Because breastfeeding in itself, it needs that lady to be supported emotionally. Right. Yeah. Emotionally, spiritually, everything that, because psychologically, if the lady is affected, yeah, psychologically, then the milk itself will not flow. That's why you'll hear some women saying that they don't have enough milk.
Definitely.
There is no lady who delivers and not have enough milk, but depends with the factors that affects that period of breastfeeding.
Right. I get that situation. And I must tell you that my paternity leave will be coming the next 2 weeks or so.
Inshallah, very good.
Very good. And coming back to our discussion now, if you're talking about this week where we mark the Breastfeeding Awareness Week, what exactly will be happening? Do you have a function that you've planned for, or what?
Okay, actually in Mombasa County and the nation, the Kenyan nation as a whole, the nutrition department and different organizations, we usually mobilize resources to celebrate this activity. But during this pandemic, they have been minimal. Yeah, like I can say, for example, on my side,
right,
we usually celebrate at the county level and also at the sub-county level.
Right.
Last year, I had an opportunity to commemorate on behalf of the county at Bangladesh. You know Bangladesh, Yomvu sub-county. We had almost 100 women bearing in mind of following the COVID-19 protocols. Yeah, so we had these messages, the lady celebrated, everyone gave her testimony, and also they brought out the theme clearly and all that. This year, I had planned to celebrate it, to have an enrich. An enrich is where the people come to the facility. Yeah, so we had actually planned, but because of this surge of the COVID-19,
it's not possible.
Yeah, now it has been impossible because you know what is going on. Yeah, the COVID-19 is on the rise in Mombasa, so we were actually trying to avoid that one-to-one contact. We are trying to avoid crowds. So because of that, we are actually using this forum of radio presentation, TV show like this, you see, and any other opportunity that will be given to us as audio. Yeah. Then at facility level, okay, we have our healthcare workers whom the ones that they come into contact with the ladies, they also do one-to-one to support mothers. We have our maternity facility. We have several facilities which have a maternity. For example, we have Meritini.
True.
They have maternity with a big workload of mother delivering. We have Bokole. We have Yomvu model. We have our mother, the sub-county, the Portrees Hospital. So in those facilities, we ensure that we engage our mothers to give them talk, even the partner, not mothers alone. Yeah, we are engaged. We are saying breastfeeding a shared responsibility. So we really encourage the male involvement in this.
Right.
Yeah.
Very true. Right. Now, I guess every mother out there understands the importance of breastfeeding, but of course we have our young girls who are coming up and they need to know how important it is to take so seriously issues about breastfeeding. In a nutshell, is it important to breastfeed your kid?
Yes. We can say that all mothers understand the importance, but we should not take it for granted. As I first say that we need to remind each other. Yeah, we need to remind each other, and you have talked about the young mothers. Yeah, well, let me just have just a brief points on importance of breastfeeding.
Right.
Yeah, first of all, it is important for a mother who delivers to initiate breastfeeding within 1 hour of birth.
1 hour?
Within 1 hour. If it is possible, even a half an hour of birth. Yeah, it is important. So the mother can start breastfeeding while the nurse is still going on with the caring the afterbirth, maybe delivering the placenta, or the baby is already on the breast. The mother can do so.
Of what importance is it?
Yeah, the importance is that the baby will start the reflex, the suckling reflex earlier. That is one. Two, when for example, if the mother starts breastfeeding before the placenta comes out, there'll be a contraction of the placenta, so it will come out faster. Also, there is a reduction of bleeding. Yeah, because as the baby suckles, then the uterus contract. So there'll be minimal bleeding.
Right.
During, that is postpartum bleeding. Yeah, so that is one. Two, for the baby, there is the meconium. Yeah, the meconium will, that greenish stool, it will come out also faster. Then at the same time, I've talked over psychological. Yeah, the mother, once she's, you see, the mother is crying, the mother is distressed during delivery, but once she's given her baby at the chest, all that stress is gone and she relaxes, and the nurse will do her work very calmly. The mother is happy with the baby, you see, and that bond starts to be created from the beginning. So one also of the importance of breastfeeding is a creation of bond between the mother and the baby. Then we have that there is milk that comes, the fat milk that comes out. This is called, in scientific, we call it colostrum. So colostrum, it is a deep yellow milk that comes out.
Right.
Yeah, so this deep yellow milk that comes out, it is very rich in nutrients. This yellow milk that comes, it has antibodies that protects the baby from infection. And that's why we say that breast milk or this colostrum, it is the first immunization that the baby gets before the polio vaccine that comes, before the BCG and the other vaccine that comes. This one is the first vaccine that the baby receives. So you can see for the babies who are not breastfed, what they are losing. Also, we have said that the breast milk has the antigens or the antibodies that protects the baby from getting infection. Breastfeeding or breast milk, when the baby is breastfed, also there is that reduced chance of babies getting diarrheal infection, respiratory infections, gastroenteritis infections, eye infections, because the breast milk itself, it is rich in vitamin A that make the eye to be healthier, the epithelial linings to be healthier. So there are so many factors that we cannot even finish talking about them, but those ones are just a
few of the importance.
Yeah.
Right.
So that when the mother is the baby is put on the breast for the first time and is on the chest of the mother, there is also that breathing system also. You see, it is like you are charging a vehicle. You see, you show the magari yanakuwa charge, this vehicle charges the other one. You see, so it is like you are charging. So you are supporting that child to breathe. Yeah, when you put your baby on the breast. Yeah. Right. So we are saying that the baby should be breastfed from zero, exclusively breastfeeding from 0 to 6 months. When I say 0, it means from that time of birth, as I've talked about, 1 hour. If it is possible, less than 1 hour. Exclusively, not being given water, no other thing. Because as I have said, breastfeeding in itself, it is a complete meal. It has got all the nutrients required. It has got enough water. You see, there are some women that they say that, especially in our community, mtoto wangu hashibi, mtoto atasikia kiu, such comments. But the baby will not feel thirsty because 85% of the breast milk is water. So it quenches the baby's thirst, and that 15%, it is densely having nutrients. Then one more thing is that when the baby is exclusively breastfed, there are also conditions like constipation. Yeah, there'll be no constipation, there'll be no diarrhea. Yeah.
You know,
those are the problems that mothers come or faces mostly.
Right.
Yeah.
Now, talking about breastfeeding, especially in the early stages of birth, you've spoken about from 0 time to 6 months. Is it practical out there? Do you feel mothers follow that kind of instruction?
Yes, it is really practical. We thank God that our county has really picked it well. Right now, when we go to, we are at 73% on the statistics that are given to us nationally. But at the county level, we have a system that we call it DHI, is the health information system, that we enter all our data.
Right.
Yes, from our health facility. So with that system, we are at the Mombasa County, we are at 76% of mothers who delivers in our facility whom breastfeed. So we are at 76%. Although we still need to promote, to do a lot of awareness, you see, because this 24%, we don't want to leave anyone out. Yeah,
right.
We don't want, so with the strategies that they are in place in our community, we have our community health extension workers, we have our CHVs whom we have empowered. So we have mother-to-mother support groups, whereby, because if we talk like here, maybe there are some percentage that cannot hear me. There are some percentage that they are out there, but we bring together mentor mothers. We bring together mothers in groups whereby we can give them information and they can share their challenges and address them together.
Right.
Yeah.
Very true. Now, talking about the 0 to 6 months breastfeeding, at what point do I need to breastfeed my kid if I'm a woman out there? At any time I feel like, or do we have a time at which specifically?
Yeah. Okay, breastfeeding does not have a timetable. It does not have a specific time for a woman to breastfeed. The baby is supposed to be breastfed on demand. Once she starts looking for the breast or starts crying for the milk, the mother is there to breastfeed the baby. And that's why we have said that we have that 90 days maternity leave. And then even for those women who are not working, they are there at home for the baby. And the family should support the mother with the housework,
right,
so that the mother has enough time to breastfeed. For the mothers who are working, as we said, we have talked about promotion and protection and support of breastfeeding. We have really gone out to ensure that all mothers who are working are being supported at their workplace.
Right.
For example, like here in Mombasa, we engage several organizations. First, we have Huduma centers. These are government centers. That is a one-stop shop whereby you can get all your services. So there are so many women who go there with their babies seeking for these services. So when the baby cries for breast milk or cries to be breastfed, the mother can have a place where she can comfortably sit, wash her hands, remove her breast at a place where it is private. There is privacy. So at Huduma Center, we have a lactation room or a breastfeeding room there.
Right.
We have organizations like KPA, Kenya Ports Authority. There are so many women there who are at a reproductive age. So even there, we have gone there with the management and also ensured that the mothers are being supported. Here in Changamwe, we have the biggest number of women are at export processing zones, that is the so-called EPZ. We have also gone there. We have talked with the management. In fact, we went to the highest level of the EPZ regional coordinator, and we ensured that also there are places where the mother can go. Okay, they might not go with the baby, but they can take their containers and have a place where they can wash their hands, express their milk, put that milk in a fridge, so that when she goes back home, she goes back with her milk. So that when she's there and the breast is full, she's not going to throw that milk in the toilet. Yeah, she just preserve the milk at the fridge and go with it at home.
Right.
So that the baby can breastfeed all the time. There is no timetable for that. Yeah, on demand. Yeah.
Right. Na ile misemo tunasikia huko nje kwamba utamzoesha vibaya au mtoto wako kumnyonyesha saa zote.
Hiyo misemo mimi huwa ndio naipenda sana kuisikia niweze kuaddress. I really like that. Kuna misemo kweli hasa katika community yetu, in our community, which says okay, sasa mimi nikimzoesha mtoto kumnyonyesha, alafu harusini, je, kukiwa na harusi mtoto atasumbua. You see, mtoto atasumbua, ama kukiwa na shughuli mtoto atasumbua, ama siwezi kwenda na mtoto hadharani. No. This is your baby, this is your investment, this is a Kenyan investment, this is a Kenyan president. No. Wewe utasumbuliwa na harusi ya mwenyewe na yako ilipita. Unaona? So this baby is supposed to be breastfed. Afadhali uwache shughuli ya mwenyewe, lakini hii yako uwe utaweza kushughulikia.
No.
One of the things that I did not say, breastfeeding improves, or the babies who are breastfed first, their IQ inakuwa very good. Maybe we are beneficiaries of the breastfeeding. Yeah, their IQ level are higher than the baby compared to the babies who are not breastfed. Yeah. So, would you like to compromise your baby's life because this is the life of the baby because of a harusi ya siku moja? Yeah. So, the mother should breastfeed. And for those ones who feel that they still need to go to their weddings or to their social places without the babies, there is what we call expressed breast milk. Yeah, you can express your milk, and that's why we are talking about family support and the community support.
Right.
You can express your milk, put it in a container, put it in a fridge, even at room temperature. The breast milk 24 hours, it will not go bad. So somebody else can still feed your baby with your own milk rather than other types of milk.
Very true. Yeah. Right. Looking at me now, do you feel I was breastfed well?
Yes, I can. Okay, I was not there, but I can guess you are breastfed well because you look bright. Hakuna kitambi. You see, another advantage of breastfeeding to the babies is that they don't grow to obesity. Even the mother who is breastfeeding will not have an excessive weight.
Right.
See, one thing that breastfeeding helps, or breast milk helps, it is that in future, if you don't breastfeed your baby, you give other types of milk, in future there is a likelihood, there is that obesity. In this obesity is the one that will bring a likelihood of the child in advanced age to have diabetes. Either diabetes type 1, this is diabetes we call the juvenile diabetes for the younger children or younger people, and we have type 2 diabetes. So the baby might develop diabetes at earlier stage or at a later stage. But if you breastfeed your baby, you are assured of a healthier child from the 0 month, the day of birth, until
6 months.
Not until 6 months, until he grows older. We have talked about IQ, we are talking about diseases like obesity, conditions. Yeah.
You're talking about until he gets older?
Yes.
At what point do a mother needs to stop breastfeeding the kid?
At the point that the mother needs to stop breastfeeding, we say breastfeed from 0 to 6 months. Then at 6 months, you start introducing the baby to semi-solid foods to solid foods. These ones are foods that are richer in different types of nutrients that we call complementary feeding.
Right.
Yeah. From 6, gradually she continue until the baby gets solid foods. So from 6 months, 0 to 6 months is exclusively breastfeeding. Then 6 to 2 years, the baby goes on a complementary feeding.
2 years?
Yeah, 6 to 2 years. Yeah, you continue giving other foods and while you breastfeed.
Do you want to tell me it's wise to breastfeed your 2-year kid?
Yes, if you can go even up to beyond.
There's no problem?
There is no problem. Up to beyond. There is no
with our African culture?
Kwanza Africans ndio wenyewe kabisa. Africans ndio wenyewe kabisa. Nyanya zetu walikuwa wanalima huku wananyonyesha. One more thing. The mother can breastfeed while having another pregnant.
Hiyo ni mpya.
Hiyo ni mpya kabisa. A mother can breastfeed. One more thing is that breastfeeding also it acts as a family planning.
Well, explain.
Yeah. It acts as a family planning if the mother will say that feeds on demand. There is that rooming in. The mother sleeps with the baby, she feeds overnight and during the day. So there is delayed pregnancy because the mother at this time will not be able.
Strategy hiyo.
Yes.
Sikuwa fikiria hivi.
Will not be able to see her menses.
Okay.
Yeah. So 0 to 6 months, exclusive breastfeeding, breastfeeding on demand, and rooming in. That there'll be no menses, and that has been a natural family planning for many mothers since memorial.
Right.
Yeah. And therefore, what were you saying? Nimekukatizia about a possibility of we are talking about a mother being pregnant and having and continue to breastfeed. Yes. The mother can be pregnant and she continues to breastfeed. You see, we are talking mostly.
Woni atamalizia yule mwingine maziwa.
Mostly natural family planning in most mothers inaenda up to 1 year. Most mothers. Okay, others they go up to 2 years, but most mothers they go up to 1 year. So the mother after 1 year can have another pregnant if she's not having this artificial family planning.
Right.
Yeah. So the mother can be pregnant and she can still be breastfeeding. Yeah, breastfeeding, mtoto bado anapata faida ya maziwa ya mama kwa sababu maziwa ya mama, one of the benefit is that it is inexpensive, haununui, hauchemshi. You see?
Ni fresh 24/7.
Ni fresh 24/7. So you continue to breastfeed until the 8th month of pregnancy. So you break for this 1 month because of that milk that we have talked about, the colostrum. So that the colostrum is built up for this newborn baby.
Amuoni kwamba mnachangia watoto kuvia kule nje?
Hawavi. Watoto walionyonyeshwa vizuri hawavi. One thing, this baby they are light. There is no obesity. Yeah? And the baby who does not have a heavier weight, he is very active. You see? And one more thing, the mothers, they usually compare their babies with another baby. Si wanaona huyu mtoto mzito kibonge, ana envy this other baby. Hajui kama huyu kibonge ndio amevia.
Alright?
Amevia kwa sababu pale utakapomweka yuko hapo hapo kama jiwe. Hapo hapo ukienda utakuja mkuta hapo hapo. But this one who has been breastfed is very active, is very jovial, is very sharp. Ukimgusa naye amekugusa. But this one ukimgusa atalia. You see alevia ni upi?
Right. I wish you would have seen my producer. Ungejaji ali, you know?
Okay.
But of course, out from the topic that concerns breastfeeding, let's come now to the education point of view about breastfeeding. Do you feel this information that you are relaying right now, it's out there? Kina mama wanajua hii ujumbe unaowasilisha?
Okay, kina mama, for those ones who are coming at our facilities, for those ones who are visiting our healthcare facility, especially the government facility, they are aware because we have the awareness. All the healthcare workers have the information.
Right.
I have talked about our community health volunteers. We have empowered them with the information.
Right.
We have our community health extension workers. They have the information. We have formed mother support groups. Yeah, whom they have the information. But there are still more people whom don't have the information. There are still people who confuses the mother. Because when a mother comes to me, I'm a stranger to her. But you have talked about the young mothers. At home there, they are akina Fua, akina Sisi. Sasa ukifika pale, those are the mother-in-laws. Yeah, the sister-in-laws who are older than this young mother who has come to the family. So huyu mother-in-law ambaye maybe is 70, 80 amenyonyesha wakati ule wao, there was no exclusive breastfeeding up to 6 months. Yeah, because even I remember in 90s we used to do exclusive breastfeeding up to 4 months. So as the years go, there is more research and all that. So anasema wewe utamnyonyesha vipi mtoto wako mpaka miezi 6 bila kumpa chochote? Mtoto ana njaa, kwanza mtoto wa kiume yuanyonya kweli kweli. You see? Mtoto hawezi kukaa maziwa ya choma. Hizo ndio stories ziko mtaani. Maziwa ya choma, mpe maji. Unaelewa? So there are those.
Lakini jungu kuu halikosi ukoko mama.
Halikosi ukoko ndio, lakini mwingine umeteketea. Wewe uko mwana tumbo. Huo ukoko mwingine So our mothers there are confused. Yeah? So what we want to tell them is that even those women, let them agree on sharing of information.
Right.
If you don't have concrete information with the facts, that is what we said, a shared or uninformed, you should have an informed decision. Yeah, the mothers that come to our facility, we are there. Yeah, all the nurses, hata mfagiaji, they will support you. Yeah, maziwa ya mama hayachomi. Maziwa ya mama yako na maji ya kutosha. Maziwa ya mama yako na lishe ya kutosha. It has been researched that the mother can breastfeed up to 6 months and the baby is so well. Wengine wanasema hawa watuambia sisi tu, ila wao hawafai. Yeah, I really wanted to award our healthcare workers in front of the mothers, those who have done exclusive breastfeeding up to 6 months. So it is really possible. Let us share this information even to our older mothers, because they are the ones who are left with these children. They are the ones who are left with these young mothers who come into the family. Yeah. So this information should go around. And we also can say that we thank God in Mombasa County, most of this radio station are given as chances. So the community now is getting the
message. Right, yes. Very true. And I do believe that you're making a bit of strides in the effort that you're making sure that women out there, they do understand what exactly is breastfeeding and how they can get along with that. And before we even get to COVID-19 and breastfeeding, there's this question of teenage pregnancies that has been there. Is it also a concern to you that maybe these teenage mothers that we get, they get babies, do not understand the whole aspect of breastfeeding? How hard is it to deal with that?
Yeah, it is really a concern. I cannot say to me, but to us. When I say to us, it is all the agencies that wants to the health agencies. It is our concern. And out there, we have talked about the mother support groups. We have the support groups specific for young mothers. Yeah, and the challenge is that sometimes these girls, they hide. They hide the pregnancy.
Right.
They hide themselves until maybe the last day of delivery. Even their parents, they hide them. But if we get to know them, we really give them support. We really give them support. In fact, the support for the breastfeeding starts from pregnancy, not the day that the mother has delivered. It starts from pregnancy. So there are different organizations that they have engaged with us, and we do follow up. We have just mentioned about the community health workers. These ones, we link them with the household level. Right. Yet there is maybe I can just give an example like Bangladesh community. It has a health community unit whereby it has 50 people whom they share households. Everyone has got maybe 20 to 50 households. So at that household, they know which young girl has delivered.
Right.
It was just a day we were doing polio. We reached vaccination. We reached to a household where there was a young girl of 15 years. It was just with the father. You see, so that girl, when I went there, my colleague told me, okay, these are among my young mothers that have been following up. You see, so we do follow them up, at the household level. But the challenge is that if you miss to see that mothers, they do hide. But once you get them, breastfeeding information starts from the conception. When the mother starts coming to the clinic, we know we start engaging on the importance of breastfeeding, the breastfeeding condition. There are some things that we call the attachment, so that the mother can put the baby well, so that the baby can get enough breast. There are so many mothers who complain that mtoto wangu hashibi. Mtoto wangu hashibi. Wanaambia ninyonyeshe mtoto hashibi. Na hii ndio story ya I've talked about wale ambao wana confuse wa mama. Mtoto hashibi, mtoto akilia yuambiwa hashibi. Mtoto akilia hashibi. Jamani, mtoto kulia, hii ni kawaida yake, hii ndio way of communication, ndio yeye anazungumza, so msikize anazungumza nini. Sio kuwa kila siku yazungumza hashibi, no. Anazungumza hii pampa umeniweka, imejaa, imekuwa kilo 2 ya mkojo. Mama yeye kwa sababu amevalisha pampa, basi anafanya tu shughuli yake, hajali. Mikojo inamchoma, mtoto hawezi kusema mikojo mami, analia. So the mother has to check, nimeweka pampa saa ngapi, amwangalie ni mkojo. Zamani tulikuwa kuna napi, sometimes zile pins zinadunga mtoto, mama anaika tu mtoto kwa titi, bado analia. You see, joto sometimes Mombasa sasa ndio kipindi ambako ni baridi, lakini most of the time tukifika November, December mpaka March, joto kweli kweli, mtoto amefungwa manguo, amefungwa, so analia like telling you nipunguze hizi nguo, nipunguze. But the mother will anang'ang'ana tu kumweka mtoto titi. So we should even learn the child crying is the language she's speaking to you, that there are so many things you should check on. Very true. Sio nikikumbuka nikiongea about this one, nakumbuka Munish, the Tanzanian singer, alisema mtoto kulia usiku ni kawaida, wewe ukimbiambia ukisema amerogwa, hakurogwa, he's communicating with you.
Bila shaka. Unajua pia wanashangaa sana kwa nini producer wangu wana alama za kudungwa. Nimekumbuka ni hizo pini. Mwisho kabisa, if a mother has is infected with the COVID-19, you know, we're in a time at which we are facing the COVID-19 pandemic, and there has been concerns on how secure are our mothers and the child. If I am a mother, for instance, and I have got the COVID-19 virus, can I transfer that to my kid through breastfeeding?
Yes. If the mother is infected with COVID-19, we can say that the mother is still able to breastfeed. Breastfeeding does not pass COVID-19 to the baby.
What do you mean?
It does not, since COVID-19 came in last year, March, and every organization was on the toes, doing research on the vaccine, doing research on the mode of transmission, and all that. So there is a research paper in June 2020 that showed that the active virus of COVID-19 does not enter into the flow into the breast milk, and therefore there is no baby who has been infected through breast milk or the breastfeeding. So I can say breastfeeding does not make a baby to contact COVID-19. In short, mothers who are breastfeeding and they have contacted COVID-19, they should continue to breastfeed, except they should still follow the COVID-19 protocols. When she's handling the baby, she should wash her hands and ensure that she wears a surgical mask. She wears a surgical mask, she washes her hands, and she breastfeeds her baby well. And COVID-19 infection to mothers, it also in stages. If the mother is at asymptomatic, where she doesn't have any symptom, then she has no problem with feeding her baby. She will continue normally, except washing the hands or sanitizing and wearing the mask. If the mother is at a symptomatic stage, then she can express her milk and give the family to breastfeed the baby.
Very true.
If the mother is hospitalized, she can still be given the baby. The mother can wear, maybe she can be given PPEs, although we have challenges, she can breastfeed. If the mother is critically ill, that is when the family comes in, to support the baby.
Can we sanitize the breast itself?
No, you cannot sanitize the breast itself. The breast milk itself is a good sanitizer. Yeah, so you can, actually the breast is protected. Yeah, you have covered it throughout. Hata ye breast alivaa maski kitambo, sisi tukivaa maski, breast amevaa maski kitambo. So you just need to, because you have washed your hands, you have taken bath, so you just need, that breast needs just to be moistured with the breast milk so that it doesn't have the cracks, because the cracks, these are what causes the breast conditions. Yeah, we have breast conditions which are obstacles to successful breastfeeding. Yeah, maybe I can just talk about these conditions that affect. So with the COVID-19, we have clearly said that the mother cannot pass infection through breast milk, so the mother should be comfortable to do breastfeeding. The breast conditions, we have condition like cracked nipples, we have condition like inverted nipples, we have condition like breast engorgement, we have condition what we call the mastitis. So these conditions, some of them like cracked nipples, we need to address them, because especially we've talked about the young mothers. These young mothers, when they deliver, sometimes the breasts are full, and the nipple is painful. Yeah, so they fear to breastfeed. So they need to be supported to properly attach the baby, to ensure that all the nipple is inside the breast of the baby.
True.
Yeah, so that the baby can have effective suckling. When the baby have effective suckling, the breast will be empty and should avoid breast condition like breast engorgement. Yeah. Also, to teach the mothers on how, because the other baby, the baby might suckle until she leaves the breast. Others, they keep on having the breast in the mouth. But they're not suckling. And maybe the mother is alone at home. Okay, she has put her meat there. She feels that the meat is it's burning. She rushes and pull hiyo mdomo ya mtoto, so the mother anakuwa na cracks. So there is also show them how to effectively remove the baby's mouth from the breast. Very true. Yeah. So continuous breastfeeding also makes the mother to avoid such of these conditions like breast engorgement and all that. Yeah. Very true. Na pia utapata kuna watoto wanawauma. Wasikia wao wapenda kuuma sana kama baba. Yule mtoto ambaye anauma matiti, anauma kwa sababu hapati yale maziwa. Anauma kwa sababu hapati yale maziwa. Na kwa nini hapati maziwa? Si kumaanisha kuwa mama hana maziwa. The mother has got enough milk, but the attachment to the breast. Yeah. So if the breast is attached to the nipple, obviously you not get enough milk, and therefore the only thing to do, atauma kama sipati maziwa basi tapata nyama. Ndio hapo mzazi anakusugua ngoto. Yeah, but we teach our mothers on how to have good attachment to the breast. Very true. Yeah, if the baby attached well to the breast, hata uma mama. Yeah. Right, there's a bit of a thought here saying, good morning, hi Boss TV, great from Madame Afua. She's one of a great meta. She was our mother back in Portrees and will always remain our mother. She's always has an interest of children and well-being of our mothers. We celebrate her. Let's fully breastfeed for the outcome of a healthy baby. That is Mr. Hesbon from Migadini. Thank you, Hesbon. Thank you so much. So as we wrap up,
Where can they find you? Pengine mtu amekusikiza and so he or she is interested to get to hear from you. What can where can they find you exactly?
Okay, I'm actually stationed at Portrees Sub-County SMH office. Yeah, and I can say I'm everywhere at because I coordinate nutrition activity at Changamojongu Sub-County. So if you come to Portrees, you don't find me anywhere, you can call me. Even my number is 0713 28 28 42. Yeah. Okay, if you go to the health facilities also, you ask for Mama Fua, you still get me. But you don't have to look for me also for breastfeeding information. I'm not working alone. All the healthcare workers can be able to support you. If you need the nutrition information, we have our nutritionists at the facility level.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Right, thank you so much.
You are
and we are so grateful that you are here. And of course, we'd like to extend our sincere gratitude as well to you, my viewer, from whatever part you've watched us. I do believe now you've got some bit of information that pertains to breastfeeding. That was our topic of discussion. Remember, we had begun by looking at what's malnutrition. And of course, we had also to deal with Breastfeeding Awareness Week that of course began on Monday, 2nd of August. And it's going to all the way to August the 7th. Quite a lot is going to happen. Quite some bit of information will be shared concerning the different issues that pertains to breastfeeding. Every single Wednesday, we take time to discuss matters to do with your health, simply because we are so much mindful of your healthy living. From me, Shadrack Ogega, I would like also to say thank you so much to everyone who made this program a success, coming to you live from Boss TV, beginning with my producer, Mr. Bridget Omondi, together with my director on the other side, Mr. Bubakar Abu, and the entire camera crew here, as led by Sami Lubanga, as well as Joseph Kwach. Thank you so much. Let's do this again tomorrow, same time, same place. Remember, it will be, the time is consistent, but the topic will be different. Goodbye.